That's my guy. That's my guy. At least to say, and the Senegalese team, I will say victory. Victory has many uncles, fathers, brothers, sisters, and friends. The Senegalese have waited for this moment. This is the third final. You saw them in 2002, going all that way and lost on penalties to Cameroon. In 2019 also, they were there and lost to Algeria. It was as if they were just the element of African football. But come 2022, comet the year, comet the hour, and comet, Alice Cisse, the man who was there, who captained that team in 2002 when they lost agonizingly to Cameroon, was that the man who led them to victory. How sweet this is for the people of Cameroon, how for people of Senegal, how sweet it is for a nation that has waited for this long. How sweet for a president. We saw him, there was this video of this Macky Sall when Mane lost that penalty and during the open play, and then the agony that went through that, and he thought probably it was still going to be the old story. But this time around, the story is a sweet music. The story is a sweet one to the ears. The story is a celebration for a nation. The story is something that unites them. I tell you how soccer unites African people, African nations. How soccer makes us forget our sorrows, our problems, even if it's for the moment. How it brings us together is what we are seeing in Senegal. National holiday declared for every Senegalese to welcome their team back to the nation. And you saw the sea of crowd. You saw them milling, and you saw them from Mendy to Mane. And that is what we say. It's starting from Mendy, the goalkeeper. That is Aliou Cisse. That is the general that led his troops to battle and came back victorious. This is Senegal winning their first ever AFCON title. I'm Ken Ochonogo. You're welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. Victory has never been sweeter. When you play good football and you achieve victory, what else do you expect? We're going to look at this. A lot of you, that is how we ended the show last week. And then, it was in your court. Who do you want to win it? Do you want Senegal to win it? Or was it Egypt? Majority said want Senegal to play it. They played the best of football. And then, they want this for Africa. I remember, with having Omar Katuba. And Katuba said, if Aliou Cisse is to win this, it will go a long way in making a statement for African coaches that they can do it. And that's exactly what they did. We're going to look at the Senegalese. We're going to look at the reward system. We're going to see how a committed people, a committed nation, a patient nation, because Aliou Cisse was given this job in 2015, 7 years on before he was able to do this. West Ham took 5 years to win we say West Ham is the most successful Nigerian coach we say. Of course, that is still there. He's more successful than Keshi. But it took West Ham 5 good years before, in 1994, before he was able to achieve that victory. So patience comes with it. Nurturing comes with it. A team comes with it. And that is what we are saying here. Okpa is in the house. We are going to look at this. We are going to look at the UFC, because at the end of it, the thing was that, and still, the UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last style bender at Adesanya, he defeated Robert Whittaker in a unanimous, decision. The Ethiopians also came to Lagos as is usual, and they carted home the much coveted, Lagos City Marathon. And this is becoming Ethiopian Annex Marathon. They come in and they pick it. But it's a good showcase to the world. So we are going to look at that. We'll look at the MPFL and see what it is. Because good news coming in from the MPFL. But who will forget that come March 24th, Nigeria will be taking on Ghana. That will be the first leg. The return leg is on March 27th. So within those 4 days, March 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, a lot, holla. What is going to happen? It is going to be there. There will be either Nigeria or Ghana. One flag is going to be flown in Qatar. And I tell you this, it has to be the green, white, green. I'm welcoming my friend, my colleague, who's been for all time. Okpe.
Thanks, Ken, for having me, and good day, our viewers. Charity should begin at home, the Access Bank Lagos Marathon. Yes, it's good to have the best so that we can leverage on that. Recall when we're doing so well in youth football, UEFA had to partner with CAF, and that's why we had the Meridian Cup, which will be likes of Udeze and the likes. So they leverage on our strength, and I think it's not too bad if we can leverage on the strength of these Africans and get ourselves involved. Since the likes of Abbas Mohammed in the 80s, 90s,
yes.
nothing has happened to a marathon and long distance. So I think getting the best, learning from the best, will surely get there. The Australians, for a long time, they didn't win the Australian Open until Ashley Barty came on board, and so that is what will always happen. Once you have the best, you learn from the best, and we can only get better.
Yes, you just mentioned Ashley Barty winning for Australia. We also know that at least the English waited 70-something years.
Yeah. Fred Perry.
From Fred Perry to Andy Murray. They all waited to win it, and for the female, they are still waiting.
They are still waiting.
It's a long wait.
So it's good to have, when you have the best in whatever you organize, I think that should be even the mileage for you.
But when you have the best, because what we're talking about here, I think the topography. Yeah. We are looking at Auchi, we are looking at Afuzi, we are looking at the Mambila Plateau, we are looking at Enugu. Enugu is a city atop the hill. Yep. We are looking at Abeokuta, a city under the rock, under water on top of the rock. So there are so many areas where you can go over there and do endurance training and be marathoners.
Yeah, I think from every sector, let me give you like the Nigerian police camp in Ila. It's because of the mountainous area. When you go to that part of the southwest, Ila, Ogun, Otwaigba, all those areas, because of the rocky nature.
Yes.
And I think the Nigerian police is better for it because the camping system there, whatever you need, the topography, as you said. So we have these places. God bless Sam Ugbemudia. I've been to Afuzi, and I saw the vision. When I was there almost 20 years ago, and I said, oh, this was a vision someone had the place over 30 years ago.
Yes.
So we have those things that can make us. The Americans go to East Africa to train. And for that, Gulepo, I can't remember his last name, got a bronze medal at the Olympics.
Exactly.
So we have the topography, we have everything it takes to be great in the long distance.
We have everything it takes to be great. We have to harness nature. We have been blessed. How cold is just? If we don't even need to travel out to acclimatize in any. If it is hot, if it is humidity, if it is the cold region, the tournament is taking place. What we need to do is put facilities in these areas, and then we can also attract others who will come in here. But then Nigeria, our population makes us great. That's what makes America great. America will do. They will do their baseball. They say it is the World Series. They will do their wrestling. They'll say it's the world champion. They are world within themselves. They don't even need the other part of the world to be world. Nigeria can be the world within ourselves because of what we have. We have indulged, materially, physically, our population, everything. Weather, everything you can think of encompasses in this country, Nigeria. There is something called Nigeria. There's something magical about this Nigeria. And if we just have to tap on it, if we look somewhere, I think we can get it done. So the marathoners, Ethiopians, you can come. Kenyans, you can be coming in. I tell you this, sooner, very soon. Somebody sang it. Sooner, very soon, we are going to rule the world. We are going to rule the marathons, and that is how it's going to be. So let's go back. Let's go back to Senegal, and then I'll talk about this. Before we left yesterday, almost all of you guys were saying Senegal is going to win. They play the best of football in this AFCON. It is good for you play beautiful football, and then it translates into victory, not negative. So people will say, look, do whatever you can to win it, but let it be pleasing to the eyes. And in that their football was pleasing to the eyes. Yeah. But then we talk about patience. I used to say he was given this job in 2015. Like the president said, I wanted to get that president. I hope I can get that quote before the end of this show. We're talking about that they've been waiting for this, and then within that speech, it's something about patience, that they were patient, and then that patience has not translated into victory. What is your take on this?
Yes, Ken, you started by also going back to our own journey with patience. Yes. We started about like 5 years, Kesha 3 years, 7 months, and for the Senegalese, it's a process, I said last week, that I started taking notice of from 1988, when the likes of Roger Famendi, who was in Pescara, Italy, and Jules Bocande, and they realized they hosted, they failed.
Yes.
They hosted, we shocked them in the first match. They took the ball from Keshi. Keshi went on the revenge mission and scored the winning goal. So it's been learning point, and from year 2000 the Senegalese team became another team. Cisse was their captain. We all knew what they did in Lagos here, and 2 years after, they still knocked us out in Mali, the quarterfinal. So the team has always the building with their French connections. We having the French coaches until they settle with Aliou Cisse, their former captain, and your opponent goalkeeper cannot win the man of the match. That means that says something. That says something because it means virtually the match action was taking place in your opponent's team. So
exactly,
it's a process. It's not. We also had around 5 years. Our longest serving coach, Roa. But again, he started well and it began to. We began to see the anticlimax of Roa, and that's why he had to go. So it's not alone about the patience, but it's the patience, is the process aligning with the result. So once they don't align, I think the manager should go.
I think one day we shall discuss the raw issue, because for people like us, when he was employed, we ask the question. It's not as if probably your pedigree, but then where you are coming matters in most instances. You're asking yourself, a raw that was sacked by Burkina Faso, a raw that was sacked by Chad, by Niger Republic. How come it is Nigeria? You understand that that is what qualified him to come for Nigeria. And you're going back to when he said he was assistant coach at one way or somewhere else, and the rest of it all. But that is another talk for another day. But like you said, the Senegalese went back to the captain of 2000, just like we went back to Keshi, just like we went back to Lisandro, our own. And they said, yes, this is the man in whom we are well pleased. He led them to that 2000, but they almost beat us here until Olise came in and said, look, let me send that ball to Arawa, forget fever, forget malaria, I will do this for my country. Olise did that, and we won that, we won that and got into the final, So these are the Senegalese, and then that is Alice said you're talking about here. That is a man that the Senegalese said, we identified you, and then he utmost respect from his players and from his nation and from his president. And I tell you, that is the reward they are getting there. Also, at the end of champion, those are the awards. Sadio Mane,
most valuable player, just probably so.
Yeah.
Controversially, Eduardo Mendy, best goalkeeper.
Everybody was saying
Gabaski
didn't. He came in later on.
Yes, because he was the second.
He was the second choice goalkeeper. He didn't start. Yes,
he came in later.
Even Mendy too didn't start.
Yeah, because of
COVID. Yes,
he didn't start. Now,
Alice, you say
unarguably.
So you support yes, that. Yes. So these are the awards. So you can say they all went to Senegal, and then look at the rewards. The reward system.
Yeah,
that given
one day national holiday.
That was on Monday to welcome them back to Senegal.
National Merit Award, Order of the Lion.
Yes.
Then 87,000. That is 50 million CFA, equivalent of $7,000. 200 square meter plot of land in Dakar.
In Dakar, the capital.
City. Then 500 square meter plot of land in
Diaminado.
Another.
Diaminado is a new city at about 30 kilometers off Dakar that they've been trying to build since 2013.
That is decongest
Dakar. And it's okay, fine. You can have 200 square meters in Dakar, and also in the new city, you can have also. So anywhere you want to live, if you want to live here or there, if you want to live in Diaminado, Diaminado. I think it's sometimes when this. Lyrics come in, they don't come there, or moving there. I love the name of the city, Diaminado, and then it's 30 kilometers off Dakar. They say, look, Dakar is congested. Just like in Lagos, when you are in traffic, you say, why don't you just look 30 kilometers out of Lagos? Ibadan is almost about 100 kilometers or so.
Yeah, 150, 180.
180. So we just look for an expanse of land between Lagos and Ibadan and build a city. So okay, fine, you guys, this way you are going to live, and then they are going to have a mass transit. They're going to have a lot of hotels that were built there. So it's a modern city entirely. They built for this in 2012, and 2013 they started building it. It will be ready soon. And they said this is where the crop of these players they've been given. In 1980 when our players also won, they get the MON, member of the Order of the Niger.
Block of flats in Festac.
Block of flat in Festac.
So they had it. And no, they had it. Our reward system has always been there. Even the 85 Golden Eaglets. The silver winning Flying Eagles got 89,000 naira then,
yes.
1989, and AP shares. So
exactly, AP shares.
has always been
I
tough.
think I think they also gave shares to the 1985 the 1985 team.
1985, I think
And
they have scholarships. They have street name after them.
I know Fatai Aterewe is still there at Maturi. Fatai Aterewe is still there, and they said, okay, go to your state. They said you came from. We shall, and then you get the reward. So when sometimes when you represent your nation, they become grateful. And I hope this value system will not just be for football; it will also be for other sports. We saw our first gold medal winner, Choma Ajunwa, being rewarded maybe 25 years after. It shouldn't take that long, because after then we don't know what would have happened. Let it come as at when due. So that is what will happen. You see, moving from there, we see how Senegalese there. But then that is part one. Senegal, Egypt. Part two is that Senegal will be taking Egypt for the World Cup qualifiers. If it's going to be one way, Senegal knocks out Egypt, it's going to be that will be more painful than losing the AFCON.
Yeah, I think for the Egyptians,
yes.
If you ask an Egyptian, not their footballer, which would they have preferred, World Cup or AFCON? I think most of them will go for World Cup.
Will go for World Cup.
Except for the players who have never tasted AFCON glory. But Egyptians, as a people, they will go for World Cup.
But they have 7 in the kitty already.
Yes, they have 7 AFCON. And if you look at Africa as a whole, lose a penalty in AFCON final, nobody's bothered. But lose a penalty, someone like Pierre Wome, when he lost against Cote d'Ivoire for Cameroon, in fact, he had to resign from the national team. So Africans, we are more particular about World Cup participation than the AFCON.
We see it is local. We won't go over there and go and conquer the world. So Egypt, Senegal, part 2. Part 1 was the final of AFCON in Cameroon last week Sunday, February the 6th. So part 2 will be coming in, like we said, between March 23rd, 24th to March 27th, 28th, depending on which days they are picking. But for Nigeria and Ghana, the dates have been picked. The venue is known. Cape Coast in Accra. They were trying to shift the match away and take it to another ground. But FIFA said no. CAF told them you have 3 months, to choose a venue, and then the time has passed, so you can't go over there. In fact, it has become that tough. But then let us look at this. We just celebrated Aliou Cissé and said, look, this guy just won it for Senegal. After so many, he is the first ever to win it for them. And when he joined other African coaches, like we said, our own Stephen Okechukwu, who won it for Nigeria in 2013, right there. He also joined. In fact. When the Ivorians won it, that was in 1992. In 1992, Yo Marshall, when the Marshall music sang. That is another African. But then, who will forget Hassan Shehata? 2006, 2008, 2010, a treble. I mean, so these are great Africans. There is also the Ghanaian, Sike Gyamfi.
Gyamfi,
he won it back to back in 63, 65.
With our own Abdul
Razak. Back to back in 63, 65, and also came back in 1978. So we are seeing great African coaches who have won this, who have won this tournament, time and time again. Let's not forget that even the Algerians that went in 2019, it was Jamal. Jamal that actually.
So
did that for
the
them.
last 2 AFCON has been won by
African coaches. So that apart from Harvard knew that did it
in 2017
for 2 teams, and that is how it has been. So Nigeria, Ghana, like we said, will take place on the first leg, because we are seated ahead of Ghana. Of course, the FIFA rankings just came out now. We are seated third. We are now third in Africa, behind the top 2 teams, Senegal and Egypt. So we are still seated ahead of Ghana. So the Ghana will play the first leg at home. And then, so we will go to Ghana to go and play that match. But then we have just appointed, Nigeria has just named Austin Eguavoin. We named Austin Eguavoin as the interim coach, that he's going to lead that war. And then we have now added Emmanuel Amunike to join them. This is I want to say this, okay? Because we have Eguavoin and Amunike as a technical advisor, and then we also have him as chief coach. We now have the assistant Joseph Yobo and then Salisu to join them. Ghana also did exactly the same thing. Ghana announced Chris Sutton,
the former Newcastle
Brighton coach, as the technical advisor. Okay, go on.
Then Otto Addo, the chief coach, and
he is assistant coach from Borussia Dortmund.
Then George Boateng, the Dutch international, Ghanaian descent.
For now he's handling the Aston Villa under 23 coach.
So he's an assistant coach.
Yes.
And Dramani.
Didi Dramani.
So
that one also is not
so we have a consortium of coaches.
Consortium of coaches, and Ghana went to all their foreign technocrats.
Anybody with Ghana
ancestry, and say, come in. That is Chris Sutton for you. Say Ghana do exactly what Nigeria did. They are replicating. This is a war. This is not football. It has gone beyond football now, because they are saying whatever you want to do, we are going to do it. Let us see how it will translate to victory. But like we said, they are playing there, but we are playing in Abuja at the Abuja National Stadium.
Moshood Abiola Stadium.
Moshood Abiola Stadium, Abuja. MQ Abiola Stadium, Abuja has just been approved. And then this is the team, the Dangote Group. $1 million was used to bring this to shape. You can see the field being watered. That is what I think we've seen that. I think Onikon Stadium will also be doing that to keep it lush and fresh. That is grass. That is so that is where the Super Eagles will play on the 27th of March. Yeah, against the
Black Stars.
Against the Black Stars of Ghana. Coincidentally, when we take the next tourists, we shall also talk about this stadium, because this is where Niger Tornadoes have been banished to. But the CAF team satisfied it. Yeah. The fact they say, look, it is good. I mean, you guys can do that. So it is now left for us to fill those stands with Nigerians chanting, Baba Tibawashi. That is how it is going to be. So, okay, right. We are saying it before we just go on this break. We'll take this story when we come back. FIFA also have, just approved the switch of Ademola Lookman to Nigeria. That is the story. But we are going a very short break. When we come back, we'll take it for there. Go nowhere. We shall open the lights, and you will join the show. All right, we're back. You're welcome back. It is the Channel Sport on Sunday, and then we've been talking Senegal. Some of you did call in. The lines will be open now. You guys are free to join this show. So that we continue from where we stopped. We are taking on Ghana. FIFA, like we said, has just approved. Ademola Lookman. Let us. That is the story that he tweeted. Okay.
Delighted to announce that FIFA has approved my nationality switch. Thank you for the warm welcome, and I can't wait to put on the Super Eagles shirt and represent the country.
I can't wait. I can't wait to put on the Super Eagles shirt and represent the country. And then the chief coach now answered him. That is from
the technical advisor.
Technical advisor, okay.
Welcome, Ademola.
Okay, that is from Osle Guavmoe. Osle Guavmoe said, yes, welcome, Omowale. My son, you are welcome home. So we are saying that, yes, when that time comes, he has joined the party. We shall look at maybe we saw the team that went to Cameroon, how they performed, and then Osimhen played yesterday in that 1-1 draw between Inter and Napoli. Chukwueze also played yesterday in Madrid. Villarreal playing 0-0. So the boys are there. So Moses Simon, the guys are there. And then even those that did not, you understand? Those that couldn't make it.
But the interesting thing is Ademola's switch was on Friday also.
Yes.
And the corresponding match, because he's coming to take the right wing position.
To contest.
Yeah, to contest with Chukwueze. And unfortunately, Chukwueze had a not too inspiring AFCON. So, but against Madrid, Chukwueze was something else.
He was on fire.
So maybe that is the beauty about competition. Possibly the news, he has to be on his toes.
Yes.
And good, we're having two wonderful right wingers to battle with now. So Lookman's addition is good for national team.
Lukman's addition is good for the national team. So we are looking at, how is the team, the working, how is the working going to be between Guavoin and Amunike? Of course, we said it's not that they're fantastic coaches, but it's like Nigeria and Ghana also doing the same thing. You don't ask the coaches who they want. You just say, okay, this man is a good, these are two good coaches put together. What if they don't complement themselves?
Yeah, Ken, we don't have insight into what happened behind the scene. Whether it was Iguavon that requested for Amunike, but
or
if
not.
it was not Iguavon that requested, I think it's a bad appointment. No matter the pedigree or whoever you are appointed to work with them. And that is one of the issues we have with indigenous coaches. They impose on them. You can't try this with...
but they did it with Raw. They brought him, of course, he has his own assistants
he had
anyway.
His own people.
But they also brought in, the Salis of this world. They brought in the Yobos of this world.
I remember when Keshi had Sibano Sokpala,
yes,
we won the AFCON. And immediately after the AFCON, Sibano Sokpala was withdrew by the same NFL.
Okay, let's listen to Matthew. Matthew Scholars from Lagos here. Hello, Matthew.
Yes. Hello, good afternoon, sir. Matthew from Bariga.
Matthew, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm so glad for the Guavon appointed as the carry manager and the Yobo and other Amunike.
Okay.
But what I'm concerned, sir, we're only talking about player and the coach, but Nigeria has no keeper.
Who said
keeper? We have no keeper. Keeper must not to pay for AFCON 2021.
Okay.
So please, they should work on keeper. That's what General Roosevelt have to work before he left.
All right, I think, go on.
Okay, so that is all. That's what I want to let people know. That always, Nigeria should have keeper. They don't have keeper.
Okay, let's see what is going to happen. It says the goalkeeper didn't do too well because of that goal he conceded.
Yes, he had a bad day, but not that. It's under where Kalikeme, but unfortunately, and he had the leukemia thing.
I think it wasn't not Keshi that first capped.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, Keme was still there under but again, if relatively we've not been doing greatly when it comes to the goalkeeping department. If you benchmark Nigeria and Cameroon, the Cameroonians, they have never been devoid of any great keeper. Yes, we have 3 good goalkeepers, but do we have a great keeper? The answer is no. So also, we have to do with what we have.
Like of course, like you said, we just saw Mendina being named as, and you talk about Gabaske coming in to show heroics, and then, the Egyptians always have Krami, they have, a lot of, Hadari, yes, some great goalkeepers. But then Enyama was fantastic.
Oh, no. Enyama, I think the last of the great. Enyama was the last of the greats we had in this country. And with the same dynasty of Cameroonian goalkeepers, Enyama will conveniently fit into that great lineage of Cameroonian goalkeepers.
But Okoye moving, okay, let's come back here because we'll have
Godwin.
Goddy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very fine. I want to talk about the Nigeria football player.
Okay.
See, the last call that's called right now, I back him up because you see, Nigeria goalkeeper, Nigeria don't have goalkeeper. Bravo can work for that one. Everything will work well for Nigeria. That's what I have to say for the Nigerian football team now. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Okay, I think you guys you are worried about the goalkeeping department. Okoye has moved. He has moved to England now. He will keep for Watford. Probably if he goes there with the new set of goalkeeper trainers, facing the barrage of shot that's going to come in on his way. His reflexes, let us see if he's going to keep between now and March. That's the issue. How many times is it going to be within the stick?
Unfortunately, last week he considered 3 goals in their match. I think with Feyenoord. They are not bad keepers. They are not bad keepers.
Yeah.
But are they, if you are benchmarking with the likes of Enyama, we might be having a slight challenge there. But we don't have those great keepers. We have to admit that. So we need a defense that will continuously shield our last line of defense.
But like you said, I think I agree with you. You say they are not. They are not great, but not they are bad keepers.
No, they are not bad keepers.
Because even
they are not bad keepers.
Okay, all right. Let's go to Benue. Hello, James.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I want to thank Channels for this program, and then to thank the NFF for the assemblage of Nigerian coaches and managers or whatever. we want them this way. Even if they're 10 years, let them remain. What we have seen, the Eagles lost in Cameroon. But
yes.
Nigerians were happy with them. We were very happy because they played well. So the Nigerian culture of football is coming back, and we want them. I clap for them. They shouldn't bring any white man there. That's my own contribution. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Look at what Senegal has done. You know, having that full confidence in Aliou Cissé. So you are the guy that, no matter how long it's going to take, you are there was this coach in France that coach. Is he? I'm trying to remember. What Taribo West?
Gairuz in Ozel.
Yeah. Gairuz in Ozel. From 1961. You know, the guy was
the grandfather of coaching in French league.
You know,
and he didn't win the league until Taribo was there in the 90s. Since 68, he did not win that league. He did not even win any cup. He didn't win any. Until he had now to win the doubles.
Yes, he went on to win to win the doubles. They gave him the cup. They said, "Look, you are the coach.
Just take it.
In fact, this department, just keep us there. Nobody's contesting that.
No, but national team level is not just longevity on the post, but you have to benchmark it with the result or the process. Because the Senegalese, I said last week, they scored just 1 goal in 3 matches in the group stages. But you can always see the quality, the style of play that this team will always do something. And they did.
All right, we are back to Lagos. Makati, how are you?
Yeah, good afternoon. This is your Ghanaian brother.
Oh, Makati, do you know why I like you? Didn't that you call? Because to you, March 27, March 20, if Ghana wins, you win. If Nigeria wins, you win. So tell us, the appointment of Chris Hilton, Otto Addo, and then Didi, all of them, how do you see it coming in for Ghana? Because their first matches will be that qualifier. They won't have time to train with these players. How do you think that is going to work out for Ghana? Unlike Nigeria, that Guavoin has worked with this team at the AFCON.
Yeah, you see that Ghana and Nigeria is an El Clasico. It's going to be a tough match.
Okay.
Because looking at the technical team, everything that's what Nigeria is doing is exactly what Ghana is also doing.
Exactly.
The lesson of coaches, technical advisors, everything to tell you that they are ready for this match. And likewise, Nigeria is also ready for this match. So it's going to be a tough match. But I pray anyone that comes in, I'm good to go. But I pray Nigeria, I see Nigeria in Qatar.
Okay, thank you very much, Makati. I want to say a big amen to that we are in Qatar. When I said, you know, all work and all prayer and not work is not what God said. Say, bless that the work of my hands. So we just have to plan well, like you said. Ghana is replicating what Nigeria is doing. Okay. We named the technical advisor, they named one. We named the chief coach, they named one. They were. I tell you, but like I said, we have the advantage. Guavoin has worked with these players. Guavoin has been the head of the technical department, so he understands it. Of course, Otto Addo has been there for a very long time. He's been scouting. He's scouting for Ghana for over 10 years. So he is also part of the system. That's why at a point people were saying, should we give it to Otto Addo or should we give it to Chris Hilton? But I think the minister said, look, Chris Hilton has coached in the Premiership. He has that experience.
Okay.
And, you know,
the challenge is when it comes to Nigeria and Ghana, form does not play any part.
Like it's Makati is a derby.
I've watched a lot of Nigeria Ghana matches. Form does not play any part. Westall beat every opposition, but it could not beat Ghana.
When he got to Ghana,
in 3 attempts,
he got stuck.
We did not beat Ghana in 3 attempts. So form will not play part. Let's hope the better side just wins that day. But Nigeria and Ghana, Ken, it's not. We wanted to avoid Ghana.
Yes, I said so. I said I don't want Ghana.
Now the deed is done, the die is cast. We have to give it our best.
I said they would have given us DR Congo because I mean,
Ken, I would have preferred any other team, but not Ghana.
I wanted DR Congo, you know, without Lukaku, without all those players are playing. All their best players are playing for Belgium.
Not Ghana. We've had enough take with the Ghanaians. We know ourselves like 5 and 6.
But this time around,
but let's see what happens.
Just have to prevail.
Let's see what happens.
I think this time around we all already have a more stable team.
Yes.
It depends on how we are going to approach this match. And that is going to be, like we said, I remember that 1978. I remember that match we played them at when they hosted the AFCON. You understand? It was 1-1. Udeba scoring. I think it was we equalized. So I think the golden boy Abdullah or somebody will equalize. So it was war even in Ghana. So when we play them in Ghana, it is war. When they play us in Nigeria, it is war. So basically, but this war. Each of the battles, our generals have to plot how we want to go. All right, so we are still on that. Let us take a little stroll out of football and look at what happened yesterday at UFC. The middleweight. Israel Adesanya is back. You know,
the bender,
the last style bender.
He punched above his weight. Went a division higher, and he had to come back. He was stung, so he had to come back. So I think he's in his natural habitat, and we expected the victory, and he delivered.
All right, let's go to Ogun State.
Godwin,
how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to discuss about the national team. Yeah.
What do you want to say?
I'm fine, sir.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. In respect of our players, before the Nations Cup, I have said it that Nigeria doesn't have a team because we have not been having friendly matches. We have not been having friendly matches to test our players. When you check our midfield was very, very poor. Now they want to crucify the goalkeeper, just because of one mistake. Anything can happen to a goalkeeper, anything can happen at any time. What we need is to train them, give them more training. So that they will be more alert. We should not crucify a goalkeeper or a player because one mistake he made.
I agree. Thank you, Godwin. Godwin said, "Look, even the great keepers make mistakes."
To be fair to this current NFF, I don't think we are at any point in time we had our national team play as much friendly as this current NFF had organized for the Super Eagles.
Using all the windows.
We have never been found wanting concerning top class friendlies for the Super Eagles. So I think for that the NFF they deserve all the credit. We have never been found wanting when it comes to friendlies.
And there won't be more windows until the next window, which is the crucial window. So it will be a friendlies window.
Yeah, it will not. So, but the good thing is we have the handlers who are familiar with the players. So aside from maybe Ademola Lookman, who will be the new addition to the team. They know the core of their players, and it's for them to dish out the instruction and hopefully let them stick to it.
Okay, we're talking about Israel Adesanya before Matthew called.
Yeah, so as we're saying, he is his natural habitat, his weight, where he can always take out people, and so I think he has learned his lesson by going punching above his weight. So now
right now
he's punching.
unless he naturally, build that weight, then you cannot go there to fight. But to say you want to fight somebody who is heavier than you, I mean, they don't have rules in this in UFC. You can kick with your elbow. You can lift somebody down. You understand?
So he did it, and is cruising.
All right, Shegun, let's have Shegun. Hello, Shegun, how are you?
Yeah. Okay, so we're still talking about goalkeeper.
Okay.
Goalkeeping, you don't make too much mistake as a goalkeeper. You want to keep the team in the tournament. One, a keeper helps the team when the defense has problems.
Okay.
If the defense has problems, you concede a goal. It might be the end of the tournament. So Okoye hasn't done anything special. If he has done something before, now, okay, we'll say, okay, let's pardon him. But tell me, what has he done? Which game has he won for Nigeria? We have great goalkeeper in the past. So we just like bringing the keeper to Man U and is considering goal. There's legacy. So you can't overlook it. Then the keeper can just consider 2 goals in this tournament. We played 4 matches. He considered 2 goals. I'm going to check those 2 goals. They are so careful the goal he considered. So we need to look at this very well. We have to look inward. You don't necessarily have to bring a keeper from abroad. You have to look inward. Just give him more playing game. All this Peter Rufai, all of them, they came from the league.
They came from the league, yeah.
Keeping position is not too difficult. It's just a matter of confidence, you know. So that is my take.
Okay, Shagun.
Yeah.
But the fact that the spotlight has not been on him till now, does that not tell that probably he has not been making mistakes, you know, before now?
Okay, so it's a very simple thing. Keeper have to keep their team into the game. That's why they brought yesterday. You watch Chelsea game. The keeper, the first keeper of Chelsea has been playing the second keeper when Mendy came to the school.
Yeah, that's Kepa, the costliest keeper in the world.
He's been trying. He kept I'm a Chelsea fan. He kept up to the final. That first game. But we knew that when it mattered most, Kepa Makedi. That's why they have to simply Mendy from Africa. So keeper is you are the one seeing everybody. And you are the one that will tell them, go this, go that. If I'm a 5 and 6, they play shots and you consider they go, I will stop going to the front because I won't be so sure.
Exactly.
But if he knows that, oh, this guy makes mistakes, everybody makes mistakes, everybody, all of us makes mistakes. But what has Okoye did? What is the legacy? So you can't bring somebody from abroad and you are celebrating him, and they cannot, okay, just if you go to Accra now, and we consider they go, all of them, they put themselves at the back, 10 players, and we couldn't score again. What happened?
All right. Thank you, Shagun. Thank you. Thank you, Shagun.
Position.
Thank you. I just believe he's a young keeper, and then he actually gets better.
Okay, like Nigeria, Ghana fiasco.
Yeah.
Ghana has also imported a goalkeeper who messed them up, but Okoye is not as bad because you said something which is instructive. We've never had that spotlight on him until one thing about goalkeeper, maybe we should learn this.
Yes.
A goalkeeper's mistake that leads to a defeat is never forgotten.
But he saves it.
For all Iguita did for football, Iguita was the reason why the offside rule was revoked.
Yes.
Iguita is more remembered. He never remembered for his Copa for the Rojamila issue. We considered against the Zambia, that goal is a goal we should have stopped. But because we won, nobody remembers that goal anymore. So that is the burden of a goalkeeper. When you concede, you make a mistake, and your team end up losing, you are never forgiven.
You are never forgiven. I remember.
But we have a greater task. I think we should just ensure we join us together and get across the Ghanaian.
I remember Superstars fans. If you are a goalkeeper, you are keeping for stars. anytime you concede, they will accuse you of selling watch.
And they always have a great keeper.
Most goalkeepers suffer. When the goalkeeper stationary stores, not the stores. You consider against Airways. You consider against.
I think Superstores, they supply more goalkeepers to the national team than any other club.
I tell you,
they're giving the national team more goalkeepers.
Oh my God!
They don't joke with their keepers.
All right, okay. Echo, the lady. Wow. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
Fine.
Okay, I'm calling to contribute to the program. So far, I'm enjoying the program and it's very educative, and I'm happy the way we're analyzing, most especially the Super Ego of Nigeria. For me, if we look at what happened in the last outing we went for, I think overconfidence was our problem.
Okay.
We had everything to take us to the very finals and even bring back the cup to the country, but we're too confident. You know, we didn't put in our all in the first half. So that, and in the second half, we came in and said we could do it, and he gave us up. So if we, as a team, have put in our all and have gone out to say, okay, we are here to, you know, we are not looking at these people like we can deal with them, because we are too confident in ourselves. So people started talking about the team as if we're carrying the cup because of the way we played.
Yes.
Yeah? So I feel that we need to, like the coach will always say, one game at a time. Forget the previous victory. See this game as a do or die. Start your game from the beginning. Start it from the very beginning. Give it your all from the very beginning. Don't wait for any room to say you will come in later or the second half you will come through. For the keeper, we have like you made reference to one of our best keeper. I can't remember his name now. He's the same coach that is coaching Enyama. He's the same coach that is coaching these guys right now. That made Enyama who he is.
Okay.
So I don't think, he's a young kid. They are young keepers. I understand that they need more experience, but I don't think the keeper is actually the problem. We went into the game, we were too confident that we're going to defeat those people, and they did with us that we couldn't come through. And look at the second half. When this guy got the red card, he affected us in every
exactly.
So I feel we need to look at, like the coach would say, take every game one at a time and leave the past victory and forget and fight for what you have presently, and we'll do fine. For me, Ghana, it's not a big deal. The new team we have right now, the new squad of people we have, the coaching teams. The players, look at what Samuel did. The players, look at what these guys came. Before they will come from their foreign team and come to Nigeria and they won't want to play. They'll be mindful of their leg, they'll be this. But this time around, they are trained their hearts to the game. Everybody wants to impress, everybody wants to show that they can, they deserve the shirt that is given to them. So I feel what we need to do, what the coach needs to make the players understand is that one game at a time, we are here to win. We are here to fight from the very beginning, put in your all. Don't wait till the end of the game or the middle of the game for you to come and do the magic. Let's give it our all. Thank you so much. I love your program.
Thank you very much, Ekwa, and now for your wonderful contribution. Ekwa is saying, look, it was the Denmark syndrome. I think we should remember that all that when we say we want to, we are thinking about Brazil.
But Ken, then it was an error in judgment. The Danish side was not a bad side. They had the Lodrop brothers, and you don't. Brian Lodrop, Michael Lodrop, one of the greatest players of all time.
Yes.
So, but for me, before this tournament, I look at our path to the final, and I just knew we're going to meet either Mali or Senegal in the semi-final. So I never expected the Eagles to get past the Senegalese in the semi-final. But I would not excuse our defeat to the Tunisian side. The Tunisian side was the bad side. Was a bad side.
But Ekwa just pointed at the fact that we brought in the guy got a red card. That would have been the game changer.
That's what I'm saying. That the Eagles had no business losing to this Tunisian side. But
it happened. Because even with 10 men, we saw Sadiq, and the guy is on fire now for Almeria. We saw what he did. But playing 10 men, it did happen against us. Okay, Coach Raji. Coach, how are you?
Kaduna.
Hello, Ken. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Coach.
How is everything now?
Fine. How is Kaduna?
Fine, no problem.
Okay.
You see, if you could remember, before we went to this AFCON, I said it on this program, that surrounding the coaches with the ex-internationals or playing football before doesn't make you a coach. So, what I'm trying to say concerning our football is that, you see, if you look at the matches we played in this competition, we won most of the matches based on individual skills of the players. The tactical input of the coach wasn't there at all. Tactically, a coach must be equipped. Because that our match against Tunisia, we would have won that match if the coach was tactically on his feet. But I'm happy with the present corps of coaches Nigeria has, appointed. The NFF has appointed to handle the team. But especially with the presence of Amonike, I believe we will do well. Tactically, a coach must be sound.
Hello, Coach Raji.
Yes.
I'm aware Cerezo, Coach Guavon, has played 18 matches as the manager for the Super Eagles, and he has only lost 2. So he cannot be a bad coach if playing 18 matches and losing just 2 out of the 18 will not make him a bad coach. You don't go through the group stages of your AFCON in 2 tournaments, having 100% record, and you no. I don't think we had a bad day in the office, not because of his technical ability, in my opinion.
I'm not criticizing him. If you could remember, there was a match we played against Egypt. I've forgotten the Nations Cup.
We played Egypt. We drew with Egypt in '94.
There was a match
we lost to them
against
in
Egypt,
Ghana.
one of the Nations Cup. Egbabon was the coach. We were on our feet on that game. Immediately he brought out Garba Lawal. Egypt took over the control of the team and they defeated us.
No, not
I have been following Nigerian football for a very long time. And as a coach, I'm telling you what I know.
Coach, are you not
tactically, our coaches are not sound. Tactically, most our coaches are not sound.
He was in 2006 that he was in Egypt.
He lost to Ghana. We lost to Ghana. He has never lost to the Egyptians.
We didn't play Egypt in 2006 when he was the coach.
Coach Ahmadu of Blessed Memory lost to Egypt in 2010.
That is semi-final.
Maybe it was that Ghanaian match. I could remember. Immediately Garba Lawal was removed from that match. We lost that match. I don't like criticizing coaches because I'm a coach also. But tactically, we need to be on our feet before we can defeat Ghana. We have a team that can beat Ghana, but tactically, we just have to be on our feet. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Raji. Thank you very much. It's becoming hot, and I love this. I love these contributions coming in right, left, and center. But then let's just calm it down. We want to go on a very short break. When we come back, we shall talk MPFL. Of course, we don't exclude you from talking about that thing, but we shall push in the issue and look at what is happening. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. That is this Channel Sport on Sunday, and I think we're having exciting times here. But like we said, good news coming in from Belgrade for the Tigress. We're going into this qualifier to pick a spot for the women, for the Basketball Women World Cup. And they say even if we lose. But if we lose by a certain margin. But we're not in the third quarter. I shall give you the update here. I think from what we are saying, we are the Super, not Super Eagles, the Tigress of Nigeria. They are up, against Mali. So we'll give you the update, very, very soon. But just be assured, it is good news that our girls are doing it. They lost to China against. They came back against France. France is rated number 5 in the world, they're 5th in the world, and it was a show. We were 11-31. The girls came back with 20-point deficit to beat France. I tell you, this is the stuff in which our ladies are made of. France, the number 5 in the world, and they came back. I tell you, winning that match 67-65, and now we are taking on Mali in a match that, yes, it's not as if we must win, but if we lose, but now we are winning, and I tell you, I think that ticket is getting into the kitty. We are now zipping it up to go to the Basketball Women's World Cup. So we'll give you the update on that, definitely, because the show is going on now. But let's come back straight to the MPFL, and some matches will be played today. We shall look at those the fixtures of the matches. But before we do that, we just want to talk about this Remo versus Shooting Stars. That match, developed some fracas. During the match, some Shooting Stars fans, were allegedly throwing water bottles onto the pitch. The beauty about the good news, from what that this is the summary. Yeah.
The chairman, Remo Stars FC, the general manager, Shooting Stars LC, DSS, invitation for a meeting. This was February 8, 2022. We have reviewed reports received on the event before, during, and especially after the MPFL match between your clubs played at last weekend, 6 February 2022, at the Kenneth Stadium in Kenneth. The LMC is disturbed by the acrimony exhibited by fans during and after the game and believe that we must intervene to ensure peaceful conduct of future features between your clubs. Consequently, you are hereby invited to a meeting with our top management to be held on Monday, which is tomorrow, 14th February 2022, by 2 a.m. at the corporate office of the league in Abuja. The chairman of your respective supporters clubs are also invited to participate in the meeting. Please accept our most sincere regards. Yours faithfully, Salisu Abubakar, COO, LMC Limited.
All right, so that is the cross of the matter. I mean, the fan both sides, especially the fans. One thing, the fans of Shooting Stars, there was fracas after, which is outside the pitch, and that is where, like, the state airfares are supposed to make sure that visiting teams are protected during and after matches. But they are saying, look, there is something before it lingers on, before it turns into a lasting feud, that both parties should come in, not just the management of the clubs of Shooting Stars and Remo Stars, but also, like we said, their supporters club, they should come in so that they can talk to them, so that they can harmonize. They can let them understand that you are brothers. I mean, you gain nothing by fighting, because what happened is that if you beat our players, or we are waiting for you to come back, and that is just toggery. Some people just want to exhibit that, and that if you want to show disapproval of how your manager handled, you don't start throwing things onto the pitch. I remember Shooting Stars have this relationship with Stars, and it was terrible.
I wanted to say that. Is it that they were missing Stars?
Maybe they're looking for new members, because with Stars we carry 52 Molues from Lagos down to Ibadan. The match that is starting, by 4 o'clock from 11 a.m. The whole street of Ibadan is filled, with Super Stars fans. So there should be healthy rivalry, not this. So that's why the LMC is saying, guys, we want to see you tomorrow on Monday. So we hope you guys will be there, and with your supporters club, and then see how this will be handled. There are a lot of these issues that are there. We saw the issue of Dakada.
Yes, being banished to Benin. But Ken, I think for these Shooting Stars supporters, I think they can do well. They can be better than this. They are one of the most experienced support. Because when you talk about supporters club that witness match training, it's Shooting Stars supporters. So they've been in the game for long to start having this with newcomers. So I think they should behave. They need to behave better. They need to set the light for other supporters.
In fact, what you have just said now, where you just triggered my head, Shooting Stars. I think we need to talk to you. We have cause to call up the fans of Sunshine Stars here, but Shooting Stars, you are stars, and that's why we are calling you out now. We are saying Shooting Stars is the first Nigerian club to win a continental trophy. I tell you this, the first ever Nigerian club to win the Cup Winners' Cup in 1976. You won that trophy. The first ever CAF trophy, the first ever cup, any team in when it was donated, was won by Shooting Stars. You have a history. Shooting Stars, you have a history. And that's what we are saying. The elderly ones in Shooting Stars, the elderly fans, don't say, well, you want to start having rivalry with the Remo Stars. You want to start, these are your children, for goodness sake. I mean, you've had those things. Shooting Stars Rangers, anywhere, it's a big man. Shooting Stars, so you have that with Stars. But now, of course, Water Corporation, that was within the limit. But now we are talking about that you are the big boys. You are the elders. You don't come to the level of Remo Stars. You teach them, you lecture them, you bring them up. But to go into beating, they beat us and we beat them. I don't think that is what we're talking about here. Let's go to a Kwara United fan who is right there. Olafe, how are you?
Thank you very much. Ken, you are the pastor now for Shooting Star. We are waiting for them in Kwara United.
To do what?
That's number one. We are waiting for them.
No. I don't like that. I don't like that language. You can't say you are waiting for them. You are waiting for them to welcome them. You are waiting for them to what?
Come and pay us now. I'm not saying we like their supporters. We like their supporters.
Okay. You better like them.
You know the way they do the drama. That's why we like them. We use Yoruba, and we too, we are Yoruba too. So that's what I'm trying to say.
All right.
We don't like. I'm just telling you the truth. The drum, they are always making, and they normally.
You like the drum they are beating. We should dance to the beats.
About the Super Eagles.
Yes.
I like the way they make the selection of the coaching.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to let you know is that what is the goalkeeper training still doing there at Royal Group? How many years now? Can you tell me the goalkeeper that is can prove from a local league? We have. If I started counting the goalkeeper we have, I watch the Nigerian League. I love Nigerian League. This Gafara Labi, when me and Gafara Labi, when he was a coach for Kwara United, today, I still have a record of Gafara Labi, so I can tell you the truth of Nigerian League. So how can you tell me how many goalkeeper that Aloagu produced from almost 5 years now? So
is it the national team can? Is it the duty of the national team goalkeeper to produce goalkeepers?
Thank you. He needs to go around to pick it. Let me tell you what the NFF
I can talk. Okay, scouting. I agree for that. If you say he wants to go and scout,
that's my own opinion. Let's put Rufai. Rufai is he have a European coach. This thing now. I'm telling you, I met Rufai in last almost 2 months now, and he said he have a coaching. Honestly, we need to change our lawyer go. I'm telling you.
Okay.
We will beat Ghana. Forget about those people they are calling. I can bet it with my life. We will beat Ghana.
Don't bet with your life.
Honestly. Don't tell me. Yeah.
Hello.
I hear you.
I called you last week, and you said you were on the steering. I said, call me back when you said you can pick up. You didn't call me back. You said, Salon Soro. That was what you said. I wanted that your book is ready, so you stop harassing me.
I'm always busy. I'm very sorry. I'm always busy.
You said you were driving. So that you can pick up your book. But then that is what happened. Thank you very much.
Thanks for announcement. You now announce a good result for me. That is what I want from you since how many years now?
I called you and then you said Salon Soro that you were driving. I was able to check for your number and got it from where you dropped it with us. All right, thank you very much.
I will call you back when you call me back again.
All right.
And, I think for Aloy, one of the brightest stars from our league. I watched Aloy man the post for NEPA and ACB. And the commentator then used to call him Aloysius Agu. He was a fantastic goalkeeper again. In the 80s, Aloy was a fantastic goalkeeper. And that was why
he lost his teeth.
Yes.
Against Burkina Faso.
And that was why Westerhoff, even when he had no club, Westerhoff had this confidence in Aloy. He was in Moscow. He was our first goalkeeper in Moscow, 85. And which was, we got a bronze there. Aloy's job, and to his credit, we've always had a local goalkeeper in the domestic league goalkeeper in the national team.
Yes.
From John Noble was at the Nations Cup. We used to have, I can't remember his name now, that he was even there at the World Cup. So we've always, even when the league was not functioning, we should also be fair to these managers. When you don't have a local league,
so
where would the players come from?
When you watch them?
So, but to his credit, we've always had a goalkeeper from the local league among the three goalkeepers.
Okay, now that the league is functional, and I tell you, our Nigerian fans are trooping out everywhere to watch. All right, there is it. Okay.
62-44.
62, so Nigeria is it. That's the update now. We are at the end of the third quarter. We're leading 62-44. So here we go.
Unfortunately for the Malians, the Tigers, they don't start. They are terrible starters in their first and second quarter. But the third and fourth quarter, they don't do.
Look at it. We lost the first quarter by 2022.
All our 3 matches, we've not been doing well in the first and second quarter. So leading with this gap in the third quarter, the Malians are in need for a heavy thrashing.
This is 18. This is 18.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
18 points.
Once the Tigers, their first and second quarters have not only been their fourth. So the third and fourth, they always come back.
This is a massacre. 29. Because I remember,
the Malians should just beat the game goodbye.
They need to. They need to, because I mean we are the African champions. So, and then we're not just African champions. We are back to back. I mean, three. What
been at the quarter-final of the World Cup, which has never happened to any African.
These are our Amazons, and I tell you this, and I hope they've settled, their standing allowances, so that these girls can't do this, and then tomorrow somebody will start speaking grammar. They are doing their part. They are doing the part of their job. It is not the responsibility of the of the administrators.
Which of the MBBFs?
I mean, the Ministry of Sport is there. I don't care which NBBF, the Ministry of Sport, it is their responsibility. They are not representing the Ministry of Sport. They are not representing NBBF here. They are representing Nigeria. Yeah. It is Nigeria that you are seeing, that you are not seeing Nigeria. You are seeing, so it is Nigeria they are representing. So the Minister and the Ministry of Sport have to make sure that, yes, that is what to do to these girls. At 64, now, it is now 20 points. We are trying to, this is where we are running it up there.
Yeah, again, to the Shooting Stars supporters, they should look at what is happening at the NNL level, where sponsorship is coming left, right, and center. So no sponsor will want to identify with Shooting Star with this kind of thuggery. All
right, so you've heard that, but like we say, a lot of good news coming in for the MPF that we are hearing. Emoluments of the referees and match officials are being paid as at when due. In fact, when the match commissioners are going, they make sure that the money is set into the account after each match is settled. They settle the referees, so a lot of things. But we want to make sure that by next week we shall bring in the new CEO of the LNC and speak with him here and ask him questions. You guys can also ask him questions. I'm Ken Ochonogo. Have a blessed Sunday.